You're not always going to be in control physically. That we know that. This is a physical sport. But you can be controlled mentally. And the strongest game plan is one who's mentally in the fight and keeps it together between the ears will carry the fight. It's when we lose that lapse, we become reactive. We start losing our breath. Our reflexes get slower. Timing gets off. And we start making bad decisions. Hey, good morning, boxers. This is Coach Jay with Imperium Boxing. I'm going to come to you with a video how to clean up your sparring sessions and certainly your competitive fights. You find yourself struggling in fights. You find fights breaking down. You find yourself in situations that are just not good. And you also find yourself pressing so hard. Before you know it, you're throwing 1 and 2 punches at a time. You've abandoned your jab. You're getting hit. You're walking people down instead of working. And it all comes down to really, it's just a mental lapse. You have disciplined your body and you have practiced the art of, fighting, but you have not made that step mentally, okay? And that's where the demographic lies with most fighters. They never really leave this area. They get pretty good. Experience, you're gonna increase over time, but the next level of fighters make the adjustment right here. You've got to start thinking in there, okay? You've got to start applying this. It all comes down to you, and it's impulse control. When you get into a situation, you start sparring, you take the first good shot or whatever the case may be, and you find that impulse to go straight forward, don't. Just don't. Don't do anything. Back up to the center of the ring. Start the fight over again. Does that go against everything you know about fighting? It absolutely does, but it also teaches you discipline, okay? It's just a sparring session. Get back to working on things that make you a better fighter. Go back to jabbing. Use your jab. Double it up, triple it up. Use variations, tap, tap. Go a hard jab. Start setting up feints, because when you start jabbing and you're in the center of the ring, the fight unfolds based on what you're doing. Not just you being reactive in here and getting in a fight if a fight breaks out. You want a flow. You want a natural flow in this fight so that you can get into that flow and start setting up your strategies and tactics, okay? What we don't want to do is start throwing 1s and 2s and lead right hands when we don't even have a jab. Secondly, don't bang. Stop banging. Banging is not boxing. Banging is a physical confrontation. I've never seen a successful fighter that bangs. He can't even get 2 punches off. 2 maybe if he's lucky and developed. But the second punch is so sloppy because the first one got him so out of whack, it rarely does anything. It's always the second and third shot that does the job. Clean up your punches. Use combinations and sequence. Use them in good sequence from opposing sides. So a 2 gets the head back, a 3 snaps the chin, and a 2 right down the middle. Or if you're inside your fight, you catch, uppercut, hook, 2, hook. Just moving. That's those successive concussive shots that scores the points and hurts your opponent. Do level changes. Jab, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, double, level change. Then throw the hook. That's how you land the hook. It's a setup punch. It's a kill shot. It's a finisher. Stop using your hook so much. Stop leading with your hook, especially if you haven't jabbed. You can lead with your hook once you've established that jab and that guy believes that you have a jab. That guy believes in your jab now. He understands that jab is now a part of your game and you're going to use it. Then you can feint, set traps off that jab, and you can start hooking with it. Don't fight when the fight's not there. Don't go looking for a fight, okay? Have control. What do I mean by that? If you're in the pocket or there's been exchanges and the fight is over and he's still standing, get out of that pocket. You're either in distance or you're out of distance. You're never in the middle because you're just there to get hit. You're going to start making bad decisions. You're going to start dipping and bending and standing up, and he's going to start playing whack-a-mole. You're going to start walking into right hands. Win small mental battles. When the fight's not there, come out of that pocket, get back to the center of the ring, start jabbing again. Establish a flow, establish a rhythm. Start looking for things to exploit in there. If nothing else, just keep working your jabs so you can set your 2 up. And things will start unfolding for you naturally. Then the lead right hand will start landing. Then you can start feinting and doing different things with it. It comes down to you though. You've worked hard, but don't abandon all you've worked on to come in here and have a mental lapse, to not be mentally in the fight. At this point in your stage of your development, you've got to leave this demographic and level up. And the way to level up is to start fighting with this. Okay, you've trained these. They're there. They're only gonna get better. This, though, has to take you the rest of the way. Fighting and boxing competition, amateur boxing, is more than a physical confrontation. Okay? It is precise execution. It is controlled chaos and controlled aggression. You'll start understanding quickly when you're in the rhythm, it's organic, and the rhythm and the flow of the fight, you will start you will become one with it. And the reason is because it's your rhythm and flow. It's not his. You set this up. Now, it may not be the entire minute or 2 minutes of the round that's yours, but in this sequence of events, it's yours. He's now reactive to what you're doing. You may not even know this shit, but it will come apparent to you to discipline yourself in the flow of a fight, especially when things get thick, is keep your punches straight and down the middle, okay? Straight and down the middle. When he starts throwing wide, you throw inside his shoulders. Clean your punches up. Make the decision the next time you go into a sparring ring to fight smart. Okay, guys, I hope this video helps you, especially if you're developing and you're trying to become a fighter and you've been sparring and you can't make that next jump. I'm telling you, the answer is easy and it's right between your ears. You just have to discipline yourself to win small mental battles. There's a whole nother fight waiting for you, and it's gonna be yours. All right, guys, if you have any questions or comments, please drop them below. Otherwise, like and subscribe. If you have any feedback on this, stories, examples, drop them. I'd like to hear it. This is Coach Jay with Imperium Boxing. Bye.